Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Go. Today, we'll continue with marketing. What we'll cover today is the marketing information system in marketing. Through this section, we aim to grasp a few key concepts. First, the marketing environment faced by the marketing information system. Second, we need to understand the components of the marketing information system. This is the key focus. Third, we'll discuss how marketing managers use the marketing information system, and how the marketing information system can influence our managers. Let's start with the first one, the environment within the marketing information system. This is an overview summary, just to give you an idea. It includes macro and micro environments. The data and information of these environments are referred to as the raw materials of marketing. This information, through our systems, is collected, processed, and utilized, eventually feeding back to our marketing managers, who, in planning, executing, and controlling, will use this information. Ultimately, through this marketing communication process, it will impact our environment. Let's focus on this marketing environment. We'll delve into the marketing environment. The marketing information system refers to the tools a business uses to collect, process, and utilize relevant environmental data. This is what we face within the marketing information system. The data of this informational environment. It includes macro aspects like economic, technological, legal, cultural. These are from a broader societal level. A broad societal perspective that can impact an entire country or the entire world. Such an environment. In here, you all should think carefully about the economic environment, the entire country's economic environment, or a global economic environment, and the legal aspects. Each country's legal environment faces the same issues, but might handle them differently. This is easy to understand. The same matters, handled in China and abroad, differ in many ways. Therefore, the country repeatedly advises businesses to respect local laws when going abroad, to respect local traditions and regulations. Microenvironment. What does this include? It includes the business-owned micro-agents. No matter how big your company is, when facing a macro environment, you are still a small micro-agent. And marketing intermediaries. Marketing intermediaries. The third one, your competitors. This is something we must pay attention to. A microenvironment. The fourth one we're talking about is the public. That is, the public audience. This is also a part of the marketing environment. The raw data that the marketing information system needs to process. When collecting raw data, it's an important piece of information to face, because ultimately in marketing, you are dealing with the general public. Okay, let's talk about how to transmit in this information system. Collecting information. After collection, passing it to managers. Then managers, in turn, respond to the environment. Finally, can make a response to the environment. One thing to note here is that when passing it to managers, timeliness is very important. Be sure to pay attention to the timeliness of information. Once the information exceeds the time frame needed by the manager, it essentially means the information has become useless or ineffective. The second part, the components of the marketing information system. This is key. 4 parts. The first is the internal reporting system. The second, the marketing intelligence system. The third, the marketing research system. The fourth, the marketing analysis system. Alright, let's continue discussing these 4 systems. The first one is the internal reporting system. Let's look at the definition. It refers to a system that provides managers with information regarding sales, costs, inventory, cash flow, accounts receivable, and these 5 crucial aspects, among others. Various information reflecting the company's operational status. This internal reporting system, its data, mainly comes from within the company. These are all the company's internal data. The second, we talk about the marketing intelligence system. Look at this definition. It says it's used to understand information about the external environment, development trends from various sources and procedures. The key here is that it's about the external environment, meaning the intelligence system primarily collects data about the external environment. We say this marketing intelligence system uses certain techniques commonly on how to collect these external environments. Let's see what they are. It includes, first, direct observation of consumers. You are not just sitting on the street watching, but actually going out to investigate, conducting research, directly interacting with consumers, observing and gathering their data, looking for their consumption behaviors. Second, asking company employees from various companies, not necessarily your own company. Related companies can also be included. Of course, most of this is aimed at employees of one's own company, especially those in marketing who are battling it out in the market. You can ask them for insights. Third, referencing competitors' products. For example, when I'm flying, the in-flight announcements. Let's see how Airbus does it. Internet research, searching online for information. Also, monitoring hot topics on the internet, looking at Weibo, checking out some of the famous apps, their rankings, etc. Then, monitoring consumers' online chats. A note of caution here, don't invade people's privacy. Don't install malware. That would be troublesome. Third, let's talk about the marketing research system. What does it refer to? It refers to observing, experimenting, and surveying the marketing environment and market demand, collecting and evaluating the results of the research, and then conveying this information to decision makers. This system is more like a proactive approach, as opposed to the passive reception of existing environmental information. The latter is passive because it has already occurred, while this one is more about actively, proactively, vigorously gathering information, actively and positively collecting this information. That's how it works. The fourth one we are talking about is the marketing analysis system. It refers to the aim of improving operations or achieving the best operational efficiency. From these two goals, marketing ultimately aims to promote the development of the company. So, it ultimately comes down to improving operations or achieving the maximum economic benefit. Then, with the help of various data analysis models, many data models, when you study mathematical statistics in the future, you will know there are especially a lot of these analysis models, which also form some very effective data analysis and processing. These include information processing technologies, eventually aiding marketing managers in analyzing complex marketing problems through this information system. That is, once this information comes in, our first step is definitely to clean it, to remove any dirty information, making it clean information. Then, we can analyze and utilize it. All these require the analysis system. For processing, it's beyond human capability. That's impossible. Now, facing massive amounts of data, it's beyond human capability. Here, you see he mentioned what it includes: advanced statistical programs, like Python nowadays, and some models. The second point is the ultimate effect. Companies can derive more valuable insights and conclusions from the information. Ultimately, we come back to this point. Our analysis ultimately aims to discover valuable insights and then improve operations or achieve the best economic benefits. So, where do these acquisition models fit in? One thing to note here is about the information model. How do we collect it? And how much information is needed when faced with a vast amount of information? At that time, we, as marketing managers, need to consider this, our information acquisition. Exactly what kind of information do we collect? This requires the marketing manager to use their wisdom and their own experience. How to collect? We've discussed so many methods before. How do we collect? And how much information is needed? Because information has a shelf life. You can't just keep collecting endlessly. In the end, you'll find that the effort to collect information becomes outdated. Then, all the previous efforts would have been wasted. Alright, as marketing system personnel, we need to consider which aspects. First, the information must be reliable. Second, usability, meaning this information has to be reliable. If the information is unreliable and we analyze and then find that this this information is a type of what I referred to as dirty information, then ultimately it has to be cleaned out. Also, usability. Our models must be able to use it. If the extracted information is overly complex and our models can't handle it, such information is ineffective for us. An effective information system should possess these characteristics. Let's briefly discuss them. First, it should encompass all necessary information for the task at hand. This is an ideal situation. In actual practice, it might be difficult, but we should try to collect as much and as complete information as possible. Second, this information allows for choices that enable managers at all levels to obtain information related to actions they can and must take. In other words, this information can be utilized by managers. The following sections, I encourage everyone to take a closer look and analyze. In this section, we mainly discussed a few things. One is the marketing environment, which includes both macro and micro environments. Then, we talked about the components of marketing information, covering four major parts. One is internal reporting, one is marketing intelligence, another is marketing research, and we discussed marketing analysis. Finally, we talked about marketing managers, how marketing managers acquire information and effectively manage information systems, how to impact managers' management behaviors, and these elements overall constitute the knowledge of the marketing information system we aim to cover in this section. Students, thank you all.